So for the past 5 years, we've been talking about the next chapter of our church, and we've been celebrating our 75th anniversary. In that time, we've experienced tremendous growth in terms of young families, children, and so we believe that now is the time for us to look to the future and begin to pave the way for the next chapter, which is building for the future of Woodmont.
So a number of years ago, it was an older congregation. And as we gained younger ministers and more effective programs for our children, we've had an explosion in those children that have come here and in the young families. And that explosion has been fantastic. It's really impacted those lives phenomenally, but it has a downside. Today I hear people coming and they feel that they don't have a place in this church because it is so overcrowded. Parents are concerned when they see 20 or more children in a Sunday school classroom. And so we're desperately in need of additional space so that we in essence have room in the car for all those children who need to be here and who want to be here. It's a little bit like a family that's outgrown their car. We need a larger car.
One of the strengths of the church is the young families in the children's moment. It's such an amazing experience at the beginning of church to see all the children come to the front of the church. And it used to be where you'd have eight or 10 kids up sitting on the stairs, and now you have kids lining the aisles all the way down halfway down the pews in order to line up for the children's moment. So it's an incredible experience, but at the same time it creates chaos.
So the campaign has 3 parts. The first part has to do with creating additional children's space on the south end of our building that will adjoin our current Kids Commons. It will create a new entryway and gathering space on the back side of our church that is a part of the children's space. The second part of the campaign is to build a multi-use chapel that will house our contemporary service, but also smaller weddings, funerals, speakers, and other special events that we have here at the church. And in turn, that will also free up our gymnasium for programming with our youth and our children, something that we have very limited access to right now because that's where we do the contemporary service, the bridge. And then the third part of the campaign is to do some renovations to South Hall, and that is our designated space for mission and outreach ministries. We have a vision for a missional cafe, but that building needs some sprucing up and some renovations, and that'll be a part of this as well. Also included in the project is additional parking, because parking is a challenge for us right now on Sunday mornings.
I believe that the new addition is going to provide, first of all, it'll provide Sunday school space, which is much needed. And then we also will have space, chapel space where can be utilized for small weddings, small funerals. We've got our bridge services. Our custodial staff is incredible. I mean, the number of times that they set up and break down each week in our Dorota Hall, which is our largest gathering area. So this space will be wonderful to be able to have that and utilize that.
In today's day and age, you have people who worship in many different manners. Some people like a traditional service, some people like more of a contemporary service. And so it's really important to us to provide that option within the church to all the various demographics, various worship styles, what you appreciate, what you enjoy, whether from an adult perspective or from a child perspective, and just to help you grow in your faith. It allows us to reach more people, which is really important to us, and just see the Christian faith grow.
So our goal for this campaign is $8 million, and our goal is to raise that amount so that we do not take on debt. Now, there are things like construction loans and things that have to happen while you're collecting the pledges over a 3-year period, But we believe that with the early support that we have for this campaign and with the generosity that's present within this church, that we can do this without taking on long-term debt. That's our goal.
In order to be ready for that next phase of growth, which will once again just be huge, we've got to start planning now for the vision of what will be available for all of these children's children.
I can tell you from 22 years that the reason that I have supported this church is because I have seen the presence of God in every square foot of this building. And if you don't think that we could use some extra room, go sit shoulder to shoulder in the sanctuary in our 9:30 service, or see the number of kids, our Sunday school room for the younger kids just almost overflowing every Sunday. And I can tell you honestly that I've been part of capital campaigns here before, and I have been before those campaigns. I've seen what the work of these very responsible stewards at this church have very smartly spent their money, and it's just all for the glory of God, and it's just really worked out well, and I foresee that in the future as a result of any campaign that we would undertake.
So we're asking everybody to be in prayer for this campaign. And a part of the campaign prayer is to ask God, Lord, what is it that you want me to do personally to be a part of this campaign and to help accomplish your will here at Woodmont, to bring the kingdom of God here to earth at Woodmont in Nashville. And so part of that prayer is not just praying, not just reflecting, but also acting upon that prayer. So on November the 4th, we're going to have a huge celebration that will be the culmination of this campaign. And we're asking everybody who is a part of this church to pray about what they can do to support this campaign and to be a part of what God is doing through the life and ministry of Woodmont Christian Church, both now and also in the future, because we believe that our best days are ahead. We haven't yet reached our potential, and there's so many more things that we can do to serve this community and this world.